I thought I'd give an update. It's been a long time since I've updated this channel. Basically, because I've just been doing much of the same. I've I've got my diet to the point now where I can sustain a pretty calm biofeedback in my body for a significant amount of time, and I wanted to let you know exactly what that was. I've got my skin basically the best it's been in a long time. Um, but it's hard because the journey itself, it's hard to know um, exactly what's going on in terms of healing and stuff, because it takes years, apparently 1 to 2 years generally, to heal the gut, and you have to be incredibly consistent. And I only know that because of what people have told me, or what I've read in books. But what I'm doing, I'm basically got myself to a point where I'm pretty calm, my body's physically calm most of the time, my skin's okay, and my sleep is pretty good. Best it's been in probably 10 years or so. And I did that by playing around with not only the macros and foods that I'm eating, I also play around with the meal timings, and I'll tell you that in a second. Um, I read this book, the Gut and Physiology Syndrome book. Someone suggested that in the comments on one of my videos, and I appreciate that to whoever that was. Thank you. Um, it was really interesting. It didn't really tell me anything in terms of. I mean, it says to eat a lot of vegetables, and I don't necessarily agree with that. But the part I do agree with is to eat tons of meat and organs. I don't actually eat organs, but I do agree that if I did, it probably would be good. I'm mainly just eating fatty steaks at the moment with some fruit. But yeah, that was an amazing book. The main thing it did for me is it basically just set me on the right track. It made me sort of understand how long healing takes when you want to try to heal gut and skin and autoimmune issues and all that sort of stuff. So basically, what I do now is I fast until about 10 or 11 a.m. until I get pretty hungry. My body tends to just not really want to eat until then. And then the first thing I do is eat as much meat as I possibly can. So it's usually about 1 kg of fatty Scotch fillets, we call it here, or ribeyes, I guess you guys call it. A lot of United people from United States call it. But yeah, it's about 1 kilo or so of fatty meat. They work the best for me. And then I won't eat. I don't put any olive oil on it anymore. I don't put any pepper, only salt. Sometimes I use a bit of olive oil after I cook if I'm using ground beef or mince. But no, I don't have it anymore. And then I'll just wait maybe minimum of 3 to 4 hours until that's all gone out of my stomach, and then I'll eat some fruit at night. Generally, blueberries are the best. I'll make sure I finish all. I make sure I won't eat between, say, 3 or 4 hours. I won't eat. Sorry, I won't eat any fiber or anything sweet within about 3 or 4 hours of eating the meat, and then I won't eat past about 6:30 p.m. at night, when I eat all the berries and fruit or whatever. If I do that, I tend to get a pretty good sleep, and my body's somewhat calm. For some reason, if I have any carbs at all close to when I eat the meat, I get a lot of issues, a lot of bloating and that sort of thing. But if I eat them away from each other, it works pretty well. Took me ages to find this. I believe it is a belief at this point because I haven't proven it, but I believe keeping your sleep and your physical symptoms down to a minimum, not necessarily the skin, but if you're getting bloating, stop doing what you're doing. If you're getting, heart palpitations, if you're getting excessive phlegm, belching, issues of any kind physically, then stop doing what you're doing and change it until the body can sleep well and until the body feels calm. For me, this is what's working. I feel like if I can keep the body in a calm state for as long as I possibly can, bit by bit it will heal. I have been proven that to an extent because I can see the skin healing fairly well, just because I've kept it consistent. I've screwed up a couple of times, but I kept it fairly consistent for about 3 or 4 weeks now, and the skin is better than it's looked for a long time. My sleep is good. But I still I mean, I'm still a mess. If I eat meat and then even drink some coconut water, it fucks me up for about 3 or 4 days, where I get mental brain fog and I can't sleep and I get my heart racing and I get depression, inability to function well, can't think properly, heaps of crazy stuff just from something as simple as that. It's incredible, and the cleaner I seem to get my body, the worse that actually is. So I guess I just wanted to give you guys an update. Basically, what I'm seeing is that in order to heal this stuff, you need to basically have a gangster level of commitment to this thing. It's no joke. You've got to really play around with things. You've got to do stuff that you never thought you would do. It was so hard for me to give up eating dinner at night properly. But ultimately, your body is your teacher. Do what it says, and get the physical symptoms down as low as you can by doing whatever you need to do. Don't listen to anyone except for your body. I mean, if you just eat apples, then just eat apples. If you're going to go carnivore, if you're going to go fruit and meat, if you're going to go vegan, whatever it is, do what your body says is right. Time the meals. If you have to wake up in the middle of the night and eat, because that's the only time your body feels good eating, then do that. It's all about listening to your own body. Don't fall into any traps of listening to anyone else. I'm going to keep this consistent for as long as I can. I'll keep giving you some updates as I go. But yeah, hopefully this is the right path. They reckon it's about 12 months or so to heal. 1 to 2 years to heal the gut enough. I'm hoping I can incorporate some more foods before that point. But we'll see how I go. Cheers, guys.